Kindly relate your story to our members, including Air Warriors and other people waiting for your story, sir. You may kindly.
Thank you. Thank you, Sergeant Rao, for your kind introduction.
Sir.
And before I start telling you whatever transpired in the 71 war with me and all my missions, I would like to send out my personal greetings to all you Air Warriors on the occasion of Republic Day, not only to you, but also to your families. It's a day of great rejoicing for us. 52 years ago, on this day, I was a 5-year-old admitted and put into a boarding school. And I think I mentioned that I was put into boarding at the age of 5 and I came out at 56. So basically what I'm about to relate to you is about the period after my schooling when I went directly to NDA. And as you have very rightly, covered part of my resume, that at the commission, I swiped all the trophies, and after that was posted to 222 Squadron. Let me start there. 222 Squadron was a brand new Sukhoi squadron, as many of you who would have served in that squadron or on Sukhois would have known. And it was led by Wing Commander Alan DeCosta. So I think the prelude is known to all of us that East Pakistan was becoming a pain for us, and a large scale of infiltration was going on into Assam. And for reasons of the safety of our people and the demography and various other factors, which you all know, it was decided that we must liberate Bangladesh. And the war on the Western Front obviously was a repercussion of liberating Bangladesh. So on 3rd of December, by which time we were actively very well trained, lots of flying was done, operational flying was exactly as we would replicate it in the war. So we were absolutely ready. So on third night, a preemptive strike was launched by the PAF against all our leading forward air bases as well as frontline fighter bases. And of course, on the fourth morning, all hell broke loose for us and the war commenced. As you all know, once the air battle starts, it's an outright declaration of war. And that's exactly what happened. We retaliated because Pakistan had ostensibly commenced a war with us on the Western Front. And we commenced our mission. So the first day we launched a mission to Chandir Airfield from my squadron. I was part of that strike led by Wing Commander Alan DeCosta. We struck Chandir Airfield and came back. It was a very successful strike. And all the films were taken out, assessed, and there was much joy in the cockpit. Then the next day we were asked to stand by for certain other operations. So on the second day, we launched a strike against a place called Chistian Mandi, which is about 60 kilometers west of Bhavalpur in Rajasthan. This was a real touch and go mission because when we returned overhead, each of us had just about 100 kg of fuel on downwind. Now that's something to think about. So most of us had our fuel low level warning lights on because it was a high-low high mission and not everything goes as planned in a navigation, as you all know. And so all the way high level to Bhavalpur, we hit the deck at 100 feet and we caught at Christian Mandi a tank train fully loaded with tanks. And as I pulled up, right in front of me was the engine. in my position, if I knocked down that engine, of course, that tank train wouldn't move, and any missions coming from our side subsequently would destroy the whole train. And that's exactly what happened. I think perhaps this mission of mine was the highlight of the various press briefings that went out, because in the dive, right from the first to the last rocket can be seen hitting the engine of the tank train, and there was a mighty big explosion. And of course, we didn't do a second attack because that place was heavily armed and we were expecting retaliation from the air. So after a very first successful pass, we returned home, and there was no fuel, as I said earlier, for a second pass in any case. So once again, low level back to Bahawalpur, and then from there, all of us climbed as high as we could and came over Halwara directly for a direct approach and landing. Then the following day was another strike. These are the important strikes that I'm talking about. This strike was with Wing Commander Alan DeCosta, my CO, leading, and I was number 2. And we went and struck Dera Baba Nanak Bridge. The Dera Baba Nanak Bridge had to be brought down because the Pakistanis had crossed over and captured a fair amount of territory, and now we were on the offensive. And we launched the offensive. Our troops chased them back, beat them back. Our troops had crossed over, and we had to bring out the bridge, and the army would create their own bridge. So this bridge had to be knocked out. That's what we did. And of course, on the way back, as I probably have written, and Sajrao, you may have read, on the way back, we had a unusual call from a forward air controller. And the forward air controller requested us to overfly a position southwest of Amritsar. And as we overflew that position, we saw a whole lot of army vehicles, tanks,